All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We still got to sort out a lot about this team as we take it into a new era. We have 17 bazillion goalies now, which is great. We'll bring Shalgren back. I mean, we might as well. We're going to need a fifth goalie. So, and Joseph Wall is going to be our backup next year. So we'll qualify Samsonov. We'll qualify Shalgren. And we have all the goalies in the world now in the system, which is hilarious. Defensively, this is the tough one, right? This is the tough one. Morgan Riley stays. He was awesome for the Leafs in the postseason. Mark Giordano is still signed, so he's back. Jake McCabe likely stays. Leafs fans, you ready? You ready for this? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Justin Hall is gone. There you go. It should have been done before, but it's finally done. And in real life, if the Leafs bring back Justin Hall, I hope Leafs fans just refuse to go to games and watch the team on TV. Could you imagine? There was that moment in Game 5 where Justin Hall has it at the point. There's 2 Leafs in front, and he hard arounds it instead of throwing it on, and everyone in the crowd just starts booing him. I've never felt so bad for a player because you could tell his confidence is shot. It's absolutely shot. That is the definition of trying too hard not to make a mistake, that you ultimately make a mistake because you're trying too hard to avoid one. Craziness. So what we need to do is really kind of get a general look here of what we want to do. Again, TJ Brody, I know there's a lot of Leafs fans that are like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Eric Gustafson's gone. You know, he'll very likely for the Leafs IRL as well just go down as a rental. I'm not going to bring him back for what I'm looking to do with this team either, so he's out. There's Jake McCabe. There's a lot of Leafs talk as well about, could you flip him? He's not on a bad deal because people were very disappointed in how he played in round 2, rightfully so. Timothy Liljegren's in that conversation as well, but I'm probably going to keep him. I would like to play Connor Timmins. I would, because Connor Timmins is the man, and he should have that built-in chemistry with the players we just brought in from Arizona. Luke Shen. A lot of talk about bringing back Luke Shen. Jordy Ben can go. Sorry, Jordy, but you can go. You can go. This Lannon guy, which again we picked up in the 3rd round because the year 1 draft is stacked. I don't know if I'm going to sign him immediately. If I do, he's probably a Marley. We'll hold on to Mac Hollowell. Victor Mete. Victor Mete can go. I mean, yeah, Victor Mete can go. Sorry, Victor. We're just gonna go ahead and let you go. Philip Kral definitely staying. Try to see if he can improve. Carl Dahlstrom gone. And Kalle Lopanen also is going to be gone. But hey, we picked up Coolemans in the Marner trade, Lamoureux in the Austin Matthews trade. We got some defensive prospects in the mix now. What is Luke Shen looking? Luke Shen does not want to come back. Well, that'll make the decision for us then. Luke Shen says, fuck it, I'm out of here. And we will respect it. Luke Shen, get me the hell out of Toronto, he says. And there he goes. So the defense, at least for the moment, will be pretty straightforward. I imagine the upcoming trade deadline will probably end up being pretty aggressive. Probably. On the wing, Wayne Simmons, he wants to come back, and as long as Wayne... Oh, Wayne, why are you asking for $1 million, though? 2 years. 2 years. Wayne, I'll give you 1 year league minimum, sir. I'd love to have you back, but let's not be ridiculous here. On the left, Leafs fans, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, Alex Kerfoot. Oof. Time for him to go. Nick Abruzzese obviously stays. Zach Aston Reese. We'll wave goodbye to Zach Aston Reese as well. Ronnie Hirvonen. Definitely got to keep him around. And at the top, it just leaves the question of Michael Bunting. And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for Bunting. Austin Matthews is now a Coyote. Mitch Marner is now a Columbus Blue Jacket. Just about 6x6 for Bunting. Nylander is still here. Nylander's still here. Again, Bunting is he's the toss-up. He is the toss-up. Kerfoot wasn't that bad. But he wasn't that good either. And if you were going to have someone that wasn't that bad but wasn't that good, Crash, we won with them. You probably don't want to pay him $3 million, you know? You're going to have someone bang average, like, shit, Bobby McMahon could be bang average for you, you know? We'll make a decision about Bunting. Down the middle, Ryan O'Reilly, Nola Chari, David Camp. We got to qualify SDA. And Pontus Holmberg. Radin Zahorna can go. Pilar, you can keep him as well. Bring back Phil the Thrill. Imagine. If we keep O'Reilly, can Hayton play the left? What do we want on the left this season? It's a bit of a risk. Like, if we try to keep Ryan O'Reilly, then Bunting's definitely gone. And the left-hand side would probably be... God, that Yarncroke contract isn't great. It's really not. At least in terms of trying to let some of these other guys step up, including Ty Voigt. We might be trading Yarncroke sooner rather than later, too. I think Bunting goes. Let the younger guys step into the lineup and just see what they can do. Pump out a Red Sox franchise episode. I'm addicted. Binge it last night. Shell franchise. Don't remember the thing. Those are scheduled out until the end of time on the second channel. Until the end of time. So. Again, left wing side. It could be Hayton, Robertson, Nyes, and Voigt. Abruzzese could be there as well. I think we want to play Hayton at center. Why not run Ty Voigt at the NHL level? Why not run Nick Abruzzese or Alex Steves at the NHL level? You know? Why not? I think we want Hayton at center. Which means Hayton, Tavares, Riley down the middle. Which isn't bad. It would have to be Boyd on the wing. We got Nylander. We got Marchenko. It's a tough call. It's a tough call on where to go. They put up points in round 2. So Boyd on the right. Honestly, like Nylander, Marchenko, Boyd, Lafferty, not a bad right side at all. Not a bad right side at all. Definitely keep Sam Lafferty around, given that he gives effort, imagine. So that left-hand side. That left-hand side. I mean, you could question, like, pushing a lot of the younger guys into the lineup too soon. But hey, with what we're looking to do here, with a rebuild on the fly, dropping Matthews and Marner so that you don't have Matthews at the end of the next season where he's going to look for $13+ million, which is a death sentence for the team. And then Marner the year after, 12? Like, realistically, if Mitch Marner's deal was expiring at the end of this season instead of next, what does Mitch Marner ask for from the Leafs this offseason? At least 12, right? At least. Like, he's making 10.9 already. He probably asked for like, 12 and a half, 13 as well, right? Like, Matthews isn't going under 13, 13 and a half. So Marner's at like 12 and a half, 13 million. While still having John Tavares on $11 million. In what scenario did the Leafs possibly keep Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner? Like, really? Jesus. Marner would be worth that. Would he, though? Based off of playoff performance, would he? Because I recall seeing something in regards to him drastically falling off in the playoffs, which is kind of true. Matthews, too, in terms of scoring pace. All right, down the middle. Down the middle. It's definitely Hayton. It's definitely Tavares. Like, Tavares is the number one center on this team at this point. You got Boyd on the right. You could keep O'Reilly. Obviously, Leafs fans would love to keep Noel Acciari. They would. I'm not quite sure how we do it. I'm not quite sure. Ain't no way Matthews is getting 15. He's going to get close to it. That's the thing. Say bye-bye to Bunting. Happy days. Thank you for the bits. He's probably gone, too. Like, I mean, again, you look at the idea of the top contracts in the NHL right now. McDavid at 12.5. You go to next year. Just as soon as next year. And then all of a sudden, 12.6 Nathan McKinnon. Matthews probably isn't getting 15, but that's the starting price, and then you probably haggle down to like 13.5. You know? Like Austin Matthews, I can't think of who else is a big-time UFA. Austin Matthews will probably be the first ever $13 million cap hit in this salary cap era. The Leafs are already fucked. They're already having trouble building around. You know, Kyle Dubas is already having that bad enough time trying to navigate around the fact that Matthews and Marner didn't take a pay cut. It's only going to be worse. How much? Dude, McKinnon still has like 6 years left. He just signed the deal. He just signed that deal too. Actually, no, geez, it didn't even start. 8 years. Contract kicks in next year. 8 years. 8 years, 12.6 full no movement clause for McKinnon. He's going to be an Av for the rest of his career. Unless he waives the no movement clause. So. That's why. Well, yeah, dude, McKinnon, if he took a 5-year deal, would be a $13 million player. You could argue Nathan McKinnon should have been the $13 million player. And took a little bit of a pay cut to sign for 8 years. It's pretty ridiculous. But, hey. I don't know how the hell we keep Ryan O'Reilly on this team. Based off of the approach that we're looking to have. I don't know how we keep O'Reilly. I don't know how we keep Acciari. No team wants to give Matthews and Marner more than 12 mil. Somebody will, though. Somebody will. David Camp, 1C. Shout out to Jerry for the follow. I'm just trying to decide if we want to keep David Camp for that fourth line center spot or just go with like Teverberg or SDA or Holmberg. Again, we're trying to rebuild on the fly here. I got to be honest, O'Reilly, Acciari, Camp might all have to go. They might have to. Just to go younger with the team. Not that Camp is bad, but why not give Ryan Teverberg the chance? You know? I think O'Reilly, Acciari, and David Camp are all on the outs. Wayne Simmons chose not to take the league min. So he's probably gone too. And then from there, it's just a bunch of RFAs. So with those RFAs, Ilya Samsonov. We'll just leave you as an RFA for a little bit. We'll just leave you as an RFA for a little bit. We'll leave Shalgren as an RFA for a little bit too. Defensively, not too worried about anybody else beyond their qualifying offers. Although if we sign Hollowell, still be an RFA at the end of it. Philip Kral wants a one-way contract. That is not going to happen right now, so we're going to hold off on him as well. Again, Wayne's going to be gone. He doesn't want to take league men, so try to get a big contract from somebody else. We're going to move on from Michael Bunting and let him get $5+ million from somebody else. So say goodbye to Michael Bunting. Let's see if Nick Abruzzese, he also wants a 1 year or a one-way deal. Ronnie Hirvonen. I doubt he takes this, but if he does, I'll be very happy with that. And then down the middle, just sign Pilar, because why not? Pontus Holmberg. 2-year deal, 975. Wouldn't be too bad if he takes that. And Semyon Arkachintsev wants a one-way deal, which is a little bit scary. Holloway signs, Holmberg, Pilar, Hirvonen, not bad. I just, like I said, I don't see how we keep Ryan O'Reilly. I just do not know how we keep Ryan O'Reilly. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Unless you play Hayton on the left. Keep David Kampf around. I don't see how you keep Noel Acciari either. Again, they have so much younger talent. Buy out John Tavares. Oof. Technically, they could. Because I want to know on Cap Friendly. I want to know on Cap Friendly what that John Tavares buyout is. And I'm sure on their... let me just see really quickly. Okay, I had a feeling that would be the case if I tried to do that. All right. Well, shit. Let me see. If we go to the buyout calculator, I'd be shocked if John Tavares... I don't know if they have a way to check it, but I'd just be shocked if he wasn't like the most popular person on the buyout calculator right now. Whew. 10.3, 10.3. Dude, they literally don't even save any money. They literally don't even save any money. You save he's literally unbuyoutable. You save 600 grand. Like he goes nowhere. He goes nowhere. Exactly. The contract bonuses are the reason why. Like, there is not a shot in hell John Tavares gets bought out. It's just not going to happen. Oh, the Leafs. Oh, the Leafs. Oh, the Leafs. Because we have the salary, what does Ryan O'Reilly want? That's not bad. Like I said, I'm just thinking about the younger players that we'd have in the lineup. Tavares has got to be here. Hayton probably plays center. Holmberg, Teverberg, SDA. We need the space in the lineup for these younger guys. We are going to let them go. Philip Kral, Shalgren both sign. It would cost you more to buy him out and play a league min player. Exactly. All right. Tough decisions being made after way too long. We do have to see if we can fix up the coaching staff. Of course, the Leafs coaching staff starts off strong anyway. And because it's year one, year two off season is where it ends up giving you a lot of decent scouts and stuff like that. We'll just say we fired Sheldon Keefe in spirit. Because it's not worth firing said, actually, a lot more coaches out there than I would have thought. Let's get rid of these three at the bottom. I'm not going to do the max contract offer deal just because, fuck's sake, there's still no max out a contract. But we are just going to send pretty much all of these guys' contracts and just see if they take them. Why not? Is Torts available? Can you imagine John Tortorella in Toronto? It'd be ridiculous. Free agency. Start off with goalies. You got Gustafsson and Samsonov, both RFAs. Defensively, Evan Bouchard, Caleb Jones, Coughlin, Chisholm, and Mitchell. And then forwards, Timo Meier as an RFA, of course, which poor Devils having to deal with that. Cole Caulfield's an RFA. That's going to be pricey. Like Pinto McLeod, Habs legend Ryan Poehling. So there's some pretty big RFAs. We have $37 million to work with, and we're probably not going to max it out. Normal or just UFA goalies, Freddie Anderson. among other former Leafs. Ducks let go of Lucas Dostal. Why would you do that? I am not going to worry in this run about bringing the dropped players back to teams that dropped them. If the AI is stupid enough to do it for this run, it is what it is. I will gladly send Dostal an offer. Will I? We got Joseph Wall. Let's not disrespect Joseph Wall. Defensively, Ghost Bear, Dmitry Orlov. I wanted to love Dmitry Orlov, but man, he was inconsistent. Justin Hall wants $4.5 million. Yeah. You go ahead and do that. Shane Goss Bears out there. Bring in Scott Mayfield for some grit. Again, we have so many younger players that we're just going to look to try out for the season to essentially tank for the year. But yeah, that is the free agent class. Trevor Van not Trevor Van Riemsdyk. We were looking at defenders. James Van Riemsdyk. James Van Hockey. What year is this? This is the year one off season. We haven't made it that far. Chari's out there. So Orlov going to command 7.5. No. No. I'd imagine like the cap for Dmitry Orlov would be like $6 million. Anything more than that, it's like, okay, he's probably worth it, but I don't know. Caps fans were completely right in that Dmitry Orlov, when he is on his game, is amazing. Oh my God, when he's off his game. Ooh. It's like a more skilled Jake Gardiner. Whereas when Jake Gardiner was on his game, he was amazing, but when he was off, oh my God. And the problem is that reaction of like, oh my God, what happened is probably even more noticeable because his level was higher. So again, we have 1,000 goalies after that draft. I still want Samsonov and Wall to be our goalies, and then we got 3 other guys for the AHL. That's fine. A lot of prospects because the AI memed me. Defensively, I think we're pretty much good. Not necessarily the lines, but Riley Gio, Brody McCabe, Liljegren, Timmins are likely the ones to stick around. Matt, thank you very much. Or not Matt. Why the hell did I read Matt? The Hockey Man St. Louis. I looked so quickly out of the corner of my eye. I saw M, A, and T, and that was it. I've been controlled Leafs for an hour, and I'm losing my goddamn mind. Yeah, I don't think we have to go for anyone else. Let's see what Connor Timmins can do. Let's see what Liljegren can do. And if he's struggling, trade him at the deadline. Same for Jake McCabe. We'll likely get more for these guys if we deal them at the deadline. On the right, like we mentioned, is probably Nylander, Marchenko, who we got in the Marner trade, Lafferty, and then probably Boyd on the right. Left side. I mean, again, why not just run the younger guys unless you want to say, don't put Matthew Nyes or Nick Robertson. That's what. Fuck that. Put Matthew Nyes on the top line. Who says no? The only thing that could potentially be wise to do would be to hold on to Calle Yarncroke, but I'm not too worried about holding on to Calle Yarncroke. And then down the middle, Deverberg, SDA, Holmberg, like we got younger guys. We got younger guys to put into this lineup, so why not? We might actually have to sign a cap whale or two because we're going to be way under the cap after all of this. Can I get anything for Calle Yarncroke? 4th rounder, 3rd rounder. We'll take a 3rd rounder from Minnesota. Works for me. Calle, have fun back in the Western Conference with Minnesota as we'll turn it over to the younger guys. Can I flip Travis Boyd? What could I flip him for? 2/3, 3rd and a 4th. Hampus Lindholm. Brent Burns. 2nd and a 4th from the Avs. I think we could get more. Tyler Seguin, apparently. It's just pretty much, do we want to keep somebody on the team? Or do we hold off until the deadline to then flip certain players? But we got enough of these guys. Honestly, Boyd, I think I need you to go, buddy. I think I need you to go. Second and a fourth. Anthony Cirelli. How the hell does that value equal out? Jesus Christ, yeah. That's definitely not going to happen. We are looking for draft picks. We are looking for draft picks. Above all else. I don't want Cirelli in that cap hit. Cristal in the 7th wouldn't be bad. That deal is just ridiculous, though. Granted, Boyd was actually very good in Arizona, but I want to take Cristal away from Ottawa. We're probably looking at one of these seconds and a 4th. Well, the Rangers trading away Jones or Matt Robertson does make a decent amount of sense because the Rangers are fucking weird. 2/3 from the Islanders for Boyd that's a fairly realistic request. I might take that just for Lou Lamoriello. Just for him. Again, I'm not too worried about Robin. Honestly, for the memes, we're going to flip Boyd over to the Islanders for 2 third-round picks. That works out for me. No problem. Who needs to get actual good players back? Those 3rd-round picks could be anything. They could even be good players. We got to meme this for a little bit before we actually build them up. But yeah, we got some younger players on the roster. I want to see what they can do. Why not? We've been trusting big names for years. What do they have? 1 win in the 2nd round. That's it. Let's start trusting the youth. And boy, oh boy, are we going to be trusting the youth. Based off of this roster, we are going to really be trusting the youth. Gotta walk before you can run. That's the way to do it. We did just get a 76 overall in the 3rd round. That's very true. It's very true. Let's move forward a few days. Of course, we'll keep an eye out on free agency, see what kind of moves happened. Bring in that one half-decent scout. And yeah, most of these coaches are going to not sign here, whether outright or because they're going other places. Don't blame them. Who could want to deal with this mess? Who would want to deal with this? But I also don't want to bore myself to tears by sending max value contracts that take 17 years to scroll to. So we are looking to avoid that. Honestly, Hunter Granado. See if you'll sign with us. Why not? It's everyone's favorite aspect of franchise mode. Staff management. And people are still rejecting. Love it. I'm going to have to do the max offers at this point. My God, no one's accepting these deals. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see. Do we have any other trades aside from Boyd and Yarncroke? We do not. But for Boyd and Yarncroke, we picked up 3 third-round picks. I don't hate it. Let's see. Freddie Anderson's the Golden Knight. JT Comfort to the Islanders. Chari went to Dallas. Varlamov to San Jose. Connor Brown to the Canes. Taves signed for 2 years in Colorado. Ryan O'Reilly went to Chicago. Then a CU back to Detroit. Pittsburgh brought in Patrice Bergeron. I hate it here. Ghost Bear to Tampa. New Jersey offer sheeted Cole Caulfield. Well, we're going to have to find out what happens there, aren't we? Delkovich. Boston signed Eric Johnson. That would be the most fucking Don Sweeney signing ever. My God. Barbashev to Nashville. Jari to the Coyotes. Max Domi back to Carolina. Bunting gets 5 years in Detroit. Klingberg 6 years to go back to Anaheim. And Severson to St. Louis. Severson to St. Louis is such a St. Louis move, too. It really would be. Let's see. What else do we got? Hunter Jones, the boss. David Krejci to Tampa. Connor Clifton. Okay, so the Bruins are falling apart. That's good to know. Buffalo offer sheets Scott Reedy. Okay. Matt Dumba to the Panthers. Ethan Bear gets 6 years from the Coyotes. Got Monahan and Engvall on the move. Orloff to Chicago. Mayfield. Scott Mayfield's a very Steve Yzerman signing in Detroit, too. Damn. Caulfield and Jack Hughes would be a fever dream. No kidding. All right. Let me send out a few more staff offers here. Not that I want to, but damn it, we need some coaches. Yeah, see, you rejected my offer and then still went nowhere. I will give you money, but not much. Please, EA, for the love of all that is holy, give me the ability to change an individual number or just max out an offer. Holy balls. Please. I've been asking for that for years. For years at this stage. All right, Deschamplain is on. What about the other guy? Merritt's on too. We should have an answer about Caulfield. Let's see. Brossois to Edmonton, Stolarz to Florida. Tyler Bertuzzi goes to Carolina. Costin to Seattle. Shattenkirk to Winnipeg. JVR goes to Pittsburgh. Patrick Kane goes to... There's no way they just signed Patrick Kane and didn't pay for Cole Caulfield. Montreal keeps Cole Caulfield. He will likely play with Patrick Kane. We'll have to look at Montreal's lines. Gavrikov gets 5 years from Detroit. Buffalo successfully offer sheets Scott Reedy. Well, there you go. We get a successful offer sheet, and it's for gigantic name Scott Reedy. That is the way. All right, so from here, all we need is 2 goalie coaches. Unless there's a great goalie coach, and there's not, we'll just bring someone in a little bit later on. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to look through these other lines. Shout out to Droopy Sack. Was Droopy Sack just outright taken? Tremendous job. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, that's right. You didn't think I'd say the name. No, of course I will. Whatever you put on the teleprompter, I'm reading the damn thing. That's not true, but hey. So, staff-wise, we're good. I had to look up who Scott Reedy is. San Jose Sharks legend, Scott Reedy. So, RFAs. The big RFAs left are Timo Meier and Evan Bouchard. The fact that the Devils tried to offer sheet Cole Caulfield, but did not try to sign Timo Meier is hilarious. We're going to keep an eye on these two because we have a lot of cap space. Samsonov is still out there. Philip Gustafson's out there. I would much, much rather sign Philip Gustafson than Samsonov. I would. Minnesota. What's your cap situation? What is your cap situation, Mr. Guerin? Oh, it's not good. You don't have cap space. You don't. Oh, you have no money at all. Okay. Hold on. We might be able to work something out here. We might. I did send them Calle Yarncroke. I can't believe they had the space. Yet they're not looking to trade away too many people. I would love to bring in Marcus Foligno as a face puncher. I'd love to. Mr. 35 penalty minutes and like 5 appearances in the playoffs this year? I'd love to bring in Marcus Foligno as a face puncher. If I were to take Gustafson away from you, which would be the worst thing that could happen to Minnesota in real life, he's going to be their starter next year. But they've put themselves into quite the cap crunch. I need somebody to protect the youngins, you know? Addison got paid. Middleton's projected to be in the minors. I could take on Jacob Middleton. I could do that. Take on Middleton. Take on Foligno. And honestly, I might have to take Calle Yarncroke right back. Temporarily. Because they have put themselves into a rough spot by signing someone like Patrick Hornqvist as well. What if I do just take back Calle Yarncroke and you pay the stupid tax, essentially? And I give you Ilya Samsonov because I'd rather have Gustafson. And I just take a shitload of cap off of your hands because I can. How much are they going to want in return to pull this off? Because I don't mind helping them in a sense, but I also don't have to, because I can just wait until Gustafson hits the start of next season and get him for dirt cheap. But I am trying to help them. I don't think we can. I think they screwed themselves. They really did. They're so boned. Oh boy, NHL 24, please, please, please give me smarter AI GMs. I am begging you. Begging you, please. Hey, what do you know? Justin Hall is still a free agent. I can't believe nobody wants to sign Justin Hall. Can't believe it. All right. Let's go a little bit. We don't have to sign anybody immediately. SDA accepts that qualifying offer. Nick Abruzzese back as well. And again, we can. I'm going to take a look at the starting lineups on opening day. But right now, and honestly, yeah, we have no pressure. We have no pressure to immediately fill up that spot, or the spot to fill up a spot for the cap. So, Growlers made the East Finals tonight. Damn. I haven't been paying attention to the CHL playoffs since the Maine Mariners got eliminated. All right, so RFAs. Samsonov is still an RFA. Went up to an 84, by the way, which is pretty good. He's down to about $2 million on the season. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Timo Meier signed. Evan Bouchard did not. Wow. How? How did they sign Gustafsson unless they traded him? Evan Bouchard is out there. The Oilers haven't been able to sign him. What kind of cap hell are the Oilers in? Under $2 million. So they're trying to flip him. Where the hell did the money come from? Like, who did you keep? Who the hell did you keep? You brought in Nick Holden. Why? You'd think you'd want to save some money there. Apparently not. Oh, you also signed Laurent Brossois and Evan Rodriguez. God, the AI is so dumb. Every time we play franchise mode, I am just astonished. Do you think it's actually possible the Oilers won't be able to extend? No, because you make moves to make sure that you keep him. That's what you do. That said, that 4.85, I just want to check something really quickly. Hold on. I don't have the appropriate draft picks to pull it off. Cool. Well, given the goalie situation, Samsonov is coming back. We will give him the 2.675. We'll give him another year to prove that he should be the starter. We'll see what else we have going on. There we go. All right. The friggin' Oilers. The problem is...
I'm just trying to walk through this...
Problem is... I'm going to go with Bongo. Thank you for the follow. We're getting our money's worth out of that alert that Sin provided us, essentially. Samsonov, Wall. We have 3 goalies. Defensively, we're pretty much set. There are some forwards that could be kept in the AHL instead. Yeah, look at the development of like Robertson, Voigt, Nyes, and Abruzzese. Like, they deserve a shot. Everberg, Holmberg, SDA. I still want to stick with our mostly younger players. But man, there's a lot of teams that are cash strapped and looking to get out from underneath horrible decisions. Just horrible decisions. Calgary's trying to blow it up already. It turns out in this reality, nobody rescinded those trade requests. Carolina's trying to blow it up too. Ridiculous. Dallas is trying to move on from Jamie Benn. Detroit's trying to move on from a lot of contracts, including Scott Mayfield, who they just signed. Oh, is there any way? Is there any way? Because I want the Oilers to be able to sign Bouchard. I don't want him to sit out for the year. But man, he's going to cost at least like $5 million. I mean, it would take more than bringing on Yamamoto. If we bring on Yamamoto, I'm going to treat it as like a 3-team trade. But the problem is they still view his value as incredibly high. So I would have to give up, and we'll go through the trade finder to showcase it. I would still have to give up way too much just to get Kyler Yamamoto to try and help them. It's not worth it. Liljegren at Holmberg, yeah, it's just not worth it. Sandin, Pellica, Giordano, Lannon, and Holmberg. Yeah, I'm just not going to do that. What would it cost? Of course, we can't offer sheet Bouchard. I think they're just going to deal with it. I'm not going to try to stop the AI from being dumb. You can't. It is a winless battle to try and stop the AI from being dumb because it is the dumbest AI in a sports game on console. So I think we have our 6 in terms of NHL defense. It's not that drastically different, except Liljegren and Timmins get guaranteed spots. Quite a few prospects. I'll have to bring in a couple of other options. On the right, Nylander, Marchenko, Lafferty. And Boyd was dealt, so I actually don't know who's going to play that other right wing spot. Maybe Alex Steves? And then Robertson, Voigt, Nyes, Abrazizi, Hayton, Tavares, Teverberg, Holmberg, SDA. Again, we want to go with the younger guys. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. So if we look, I think we'll be keeping our head coach. Just trying to walk through this fucking honestly isn't that bad. Corey, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, even just, I mean, Alex Steves, I mean, he can be a decent filler option for us. Especially when we're not specifically trying to be good. Playing Matthew Nyes on the third line works out pretty damn well. I didn't think I'd want Barrett Hayton as our top line center. But that appears to actually be the right thing to do. Honestly, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's significantly younger. It's a lot of unproven talent. But instead of, you know, the Leafs develop people with the Marlies, flip them out for draft picks, then to bring up those guys, it's just instead of that constant cycle, give them a chance. I mean, this team could end up being absolutely abysmal. This team could actually end up being half decent with the EA sim. The McCabe, Timmins, Giordano, Brody, Riley, Liljegren isn't terrible. It's not that bad. We are going to have to bring in some AHL help and a couple of contracts as well, just to make sure that we're above board in terms of the cap. But for the most part, we're not in that bad of a spot. There's just nothing I can do about Bouchard or anything like that at this point. So goalie-wise, we don't need anybody. Defensively, you know, Jack Johnson. Jordy Ben is still out there. Let's bring Jordy Ben back on a massive contract to take up a crap load of cap so that we're not under the floor. We'll bring in Jack Johnson. Pretty much all that we need. Forward, oh, the man, the myth, channel legend, Joel Kiviranta. Perfect. You know, in case we need a face puncher, friend of the channel, AJ Greer. Got to bring AJ in. Let's bring Wayne Simmons back. We'll bring Wayne back. Is that... Okay, it is Joey Anderson. Like, there's no way that's Josh Anderson. We can bring Joey Anderson back to the org. Why not? Why not? On the left, Zach Parise is out there. I saw the headline of like, oh, he's either only going to play for the Islanders or he's going to retire. What a tough situation. Endo was crying for me to pick up Rocco Grimaldi, so I will. Habs fans, I got to do this to you. We're going to bring in Harvey Pinard because he's fantastic. And I'm also going to bring in Michael Pezzetta just to really piss off the Habs fans. And Alex Galchenyuk, Leafs legend. Perfect. That is 10 contracts to bring us up to 46. And then, we could also bring in Habs legend Charles Hudon. Who's at center in case we need a couple extra ones? Adam Gaudette. Jimmy Huntington's there. Okay, not as many meme-worthy names. Shout out to former Portland Pirates legend Andy Mille. Gotta bring in Andy. We'll see who else we might bring in. Yes, this will fix the Leafs, become the Habs. I mean, the Habs have made it to a Stanley Cup final in the salary cap era. That's just a fact. The Habs have quite a few second-round wins, don't they? Fucking A. Are we, let's see, $22 million in cap space left. U.S. Olympian Andy Mille. That's right. All right, one more big-time contract just to give us a little bit more cap. And then we'll be okay. Let's see. So at center, I mean, it could be Gaudette, Phillips, Vinny Lettieri, former Bruin Mark McLaughlin. Oh, Leafs legend Riley Nash. This is the way. Oh, shit, I was meaning to sign him to a boatload of money. Well, who's going to get a boatload of money then? Who wants a boatload of money? I was tempted to go for Mike Vecchione. You know what? Again, this is the guy that whenever someone tells me, no, this undrafted NCAA free agent, you have to give a medium top 6 forward potential. Mike Vecchione. That's why we don't overrate players immediately out of college. No disrespect, Mike, but you're a legend around these parts, at the very least. An absolute legend. And I thank you for it. There we go. All right, so your Maple Leafs for this season. The post-Matthews and Marner era, excuse me. Here in Toronto, we're going to call up Jordy Ben to be a healthy scratch. But I think we're all right. Robertson, Hayton, Nylander. Hayton, of course, we got in the Matthews trade. Voigt, Tavares, Marchenko. Nyes, Holmberg, Steves, Abrazizi, Tverberg, and Lafferty. Then Riley, Liljegren, Giordano, Brody, McCabe, Timmins. Goaltenders, Samsonov and Wall. Healthy scratches, Jordy Ben and SDA, who, honestly, I'm going to try SDA at center first, as long as the +1's still there. Perfect. And we'll have Holmberg step in if one of the two happen to be struggling. And then the AHL, I mean, it's pretty much an AHL all-star team, really. All things considered, it's a pretty damn good team. We do need to get Topi Niemela in here, so we'll take out Jack Johnson to do that. Oh boy, that's, there we go. Of course, a Coolman, so we brought in from the Marner trade. Works out pretty well there. Yeah, I think we're set up pretty well. We don't really have to worry about Max Ellis. Pilar should probably be in. You could argue Braden Kressler. It was still kind of surprising they signed him. Wow, it actually doesn't even have Grimaldi or Galchenyuk in there. Let's get Bobby McMahon into the lineup, though, at the very least. So, I mean, in the Season 1 sim, we won 50-some-odd games, then got swept by Tampa. We'll see how this team looks after the season.